It's for the Mercruiser MR outdrive reinstall after doing the water pump. Just a note, again, this is an MR. I replaced the water pump using the 18332, which did not fit. As you can see from the base, we boogered it up because this disc was bigger than the hole that the little O-ring goes in. So I ended up having to clean the old one up, put it back in there, and it fit perfect, just dropped right in. So enough on that. All right, but the difficult part is trying to get the lower unit back in and align with the upper housing. So these are the tools you're gonna need. Need a 5/8 wrench, 5/8 socket. On mine, it uses an 8mm Allen key, and this is to go up next to where the anode is. This goes in that little hole in the back. And a 3/8 to actually put the anode in. That's needs to be a long 3/8 hex drive. So, all right, so that's still, you need a screwdriver to pop your oil ports off down there. Put them back in. Once the oil's out, I can't even see the thing. There it goes. Just put it back in. That way you don't drip oil all over yourself while you're trying to put the lower unit back on. All right, here's the trick. Strap. Hook it to the boat. If you get a needle, eyelet up there, that works pretty dang good. You're going to line up your shaft, and you're going to line up your water tube, which would be back here. You get a water tube, shaft, and then you've got a shift key up here. Up here to it. So when you're looking across there, the water shaft's on the back of the plastic housing. That's your main drive shaft. That's just finding pins or where the screws go through. And that is your shift key, I guess you call it. So first off, once you get it going and kind of lined up, you're not going to be able to fit that in there, but you got to be ready to put that nut. These two nuts will be the first ones you want to put on. Once you get it lined up, you're going to get it coaxed up here, and it's not going to want to go on. The trick to getting it to go on is to look up here, and you'll see this channel right there. So this is your shift key. This is the upper part that goes, which is controlled by your remote for the forward and reverse. Then you get this little tang right here, which is actually connected to that down there. And you can wiggle that around. I've got pressure on it right now, so doesn't want to wiggle. But these two can be wiggled together to make that alignment. If you don't have that aligned, it's not going to go up. It's going to be locked. All right, so to get that aligned, when the lower unit's a little bit lower, you don't have that nut on there, where that shift, where's my finger at? Where that channel, that shift key sits down, there's a spline sticking up. You're gonna make sure that spline is turned clockwise. And as you turn it clockwise, you want to go counterclockwise with the prop. Make sure that there's pressure on it so it locks it in. If you turn the prop to the right, if you turn the prop clockwise, it's going to kick it out of gear and you're going to be in trouble and you have to reset and do it all over again. So make sure that little spline is clockwise and the prop looking from the rear is counterclockwise, putting pressure on it. It holds it in place. Once those two are locked in, then you can align this key, and with your ratchet, it'll start sucking right up in there. and you're golden. Just make sure you put that little O-ring over here for your oil passage. But once it's there, also make sure you've got enough space above these nuts so that when you're cranking on this thing, it has room to move up. And that's it. So get that on there, you should be good to go. And last thing, once you get a couple nuts on there, check the remote, make sure that this thing will go going forward and reverse. I ran into this issue and about beat my head trying to figure out what I did wrong. So good luck, hope this helps, thanks.